Headline, Obama embraced by Catholics. Romney dines with rich people. Of course, the president has put his own stamp on relations with the church. There have been some awkward moments, like when the president pulled Pope Benedict aside to share some advice on how to deal with his critics. He said, look, Holy Father, whatever the problem is, just blame it on Pope John Paul II.
Or Jesus.
Yeah, well. Obama's never blamed anything on Carter,
Of course, the president has found a way to take
so.
the sting out of the Obamacare mandates for the church. For now on, they're going to be in Latin. We have very fundamental and sound principles that guide both the president and me. He and I, of course, feel the pressures and tensions of a close contest. It'd be easy to let a healthy competition give way to the personal and the petty, but fortunately, we don't carry the burden of disliking one another. Our president has had some very fine and gracious moments. Don't tell anyone I said so, but our 44th president has many gifts and a beautiful family that would make any man proud. You can oppose...
Nice.
Yeah. And he wraps us up really well with that.
In our country, you can oppose someone in politics and make a confident case against their policies without any ill will. And that's how it is for me. There's more to life than politics. At the Al Smith Foundation and the Archdiocese of New York, you show this in the work you do, in causes that run deeper than allegiance to party or to any contest of the moment. No matter which way the political winds are blowing, what work goes on day in, day out by this organization and you answer with calm and willing hearts, in service to the poor, in care for the sick, in defense and the rights of conscience, and in solidarity with the innocent child waiting to be born. You strive to bring God's love into every life.
Yeah, a little bit of a pro-life issue there.
He did, but they're Catholics, so it's true.
Yeah.
I don't presume to have all your support, and on a night like this, I'm certainly not going to ask for it. But you can be certain that in the great causes of compassion that you come together to embrace, that I stand proudly with you as an ally and friend. God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
I wish that got played more, because that sort of portrays him more as,
more like who he actually is,
an everyday kind of guy.
His wife
down to earth,
Anne has been saying this entire time that he's funny, and
Yeah.
I didn't believe her at all. I really didn't, because
he seems kind of stiff and conservative and stuff.
Yeah. But I don't care. He doesn't have to be funny.
No, that's not a prerequisite.
But he can relate to people.
Right.
He is a person. He's an American. And man, he got some good lines in there, though.
Good writers. He had some good writers
yeah,
there.
Yeah, and of course that's part of it, but Obama has writers also, and we'll see that coming up. And overall, I think
he
it
might
was
have had
great.
he certainly had a stacked crowd there. I mean,
a bit.
They're all going to be Christians. Not all. I'm saying
Chris
that. But
Matthews
majority are
was
going to be.
there,
I know, but majority are going to be
I
Christians.
think he was there. I
Catholic.
should say. I don't know for sure.
They're going to be, somewhat more wealthy to be able to afford to go to the dinner. So it might have been stacked a little bit. So we'll see. I have not heard either of these.
Yeah, and you heard what he said the headlines would be about
I think that's
Obama
right.
embraced by Catholics and Romney dines with rich people.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know if you kind of missed it.
And he leads from behind.
That was a real headline.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if you missed it a bit at the beginning there, but Romney was talking about the different. Somebody must have mentioned that you need a lot of different attire for a campaign, and he was mentioning, sure, jeans in the morning for breakfast, a suit for lunch, whatever.
A sports coat for dinner, which
sports
would be
coat
the
for
opposite,
dinner.
I would think.
Yeah, but Romney doesn't know anything about dressing professionally, does he? I wouldn't think so. His comment
Oh,
was...
that was facetious.
Yeah, it was. This is a white tie event, coattails and all.
Yeah.
He said it's finally good to be able to wear something that Ann and I wear
around the house. Yeah.
It was a joke.
That was a good
little
line.
self-deprecating humor.
Yeah,
I think
yep.
that was perfect. He made fun of himself. He made fun of Cuomo.
It was very Reagan-esque.
It was.
Very Reagan-esque.
Very much so. Very much so.
And that may scare some people.
That may make a lot of people happy.
Scare some people.
I think it will make more people happy than it will scare. The
We'll
people
see.
it will scare aren't going to vote for him anyway because they're the Chris Matthews and the Gary Johnson supporters that we've talked about before. Or what's that, Jill Stein? Is that her name, the Green Party? She got arrested at the second presidential debate, her and her vice presidential candidate, the Green Party candidates. Did you hear about that?
I'm not aware of this. What happened?
Well, they're Green Party candidates,
Yeah.
right? So they are a little off in their head.
Okay.
They went to protest at the debate because they don't think it's fair that they're not
Involved.
included in the
Yeah,
debate. Which I mean, maybe there's
They
an
may have
argument.
a point,
There
but-
may be an argument for that.
Yeah.
They got arrested for trespassing because they went onto the property where the debate was at Hofstra University.
Yeah.
And tried to do a sit-in.
It's a private college.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They tried to have a sit-in.
Yeah.
And they didn't leave.
Right.
So they got arrested. I mean, yeah, come on. What's going to happen? And I don't think it gained them much of anything other than bad press. And I looked at their platform. I don't know why they're not supporting Obama because it's pretty much his platform as far as, anti-global warming and anti-military and anti-America and free health care and free education and free.
I don't think I ever told you that I have a friend of mine in grad school that went to Hofstra University.
Oh, really?
Played on the lacrosse team.
Oh, really?
Yeah. His family's good friends with...
That's in, Hempstead, New York, I think?
real good friends with Franklin Roosevelt.
Really?
Yeah.
You have a good friend that was good friends with Franklin Roosevelt, huh?
Well, their family was.
The FDR?
Yeah, they didn't live too far from each other in Hyde Park. That's
Okay.
how he could afford to go to...
I don't know if
university.
anything that you're saying is true.
Absolutely true.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to take your word
I
for
won't
it.
say his name because he may be embarrassed, but yes.
I'll let the audience fact check that one. So.
Okay, this is what we have.
Or
for
they
Hofstra.
may not want to.
Uh,
For Hofstra?
yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it seems like a pretty good college. They've hosted 2 debates now. They may
Excellent
host
college.
another one. The next
and,
debate's
and he was
in
a good
Florida.
lacrosse player.
Was he?
Yeah.
Do they have a good lacrosse team?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Well, you would have to. Yes.
Okay. And Obama followed this up. Now, like I said, pay attention to the audience.
I think you're
for full disclosure,
think you're
these are
biased.
different feeds. I'm biased, but I can also look at the facts and be very
I don't
very
know that you can.
objective about it.
All right, let's see.
Thank you. Everyone, please take your seats. Otherwise, Clint Eastwood will yell at them.
That's pretty
A little funny, yeah. And he's implying that everybody was standing up.
Awkward delivery. They were. Well, the people behind him were standing. I could see like 4 or 5.
Thank you to Al and Nan, to Your Eminence, Governor, Ms. Romney, Governor Cuomo, Mayor Bloomberg, Senator
Whoa.
Schumer, all
Bloomberg's
the
an ass.
distinguished guests who are here.
Yes, he is, and Obama talks about him later.
In less than 3 weeks, voters in states like Ohio, Virginia, and Florida will decide this incredibly important election, which begs the question, what are we doing here?
That's a good one. Yeah, he got some applause there.
He was obviously talking to Romney when he asked that.
Of course, New Yorkers also have a big choice to make. You have to decide which one of us you want holding up traffic for the next 4 years.
I don't get that.
The motorcade.
Oh.
Tonight, I am here with a man whose father was a popular governor and who knows what it's like to run a major northeastern state and who could very well be president someday, and I'm hoping it is Andrew Cuomo.
Oh, Jesus. That's good.
This is the 3rd time that Governor Romney and I have met recently. As some of you may have noticed, I had a lot more energy in our second debate.
I did.
I felt really well rested after the nice long nap I had in the first debate.
Well, that's self-deprecating.
It is.
That's funny.
Well,
Yeah.
I think he was strategic with this, being more self-deprecating
I'm
than
sure.
anything else.
Sure.
Although it turns out millions of Americans focused in on the second debate who didn't focus in on the first debate, and I happen to be one of them. I particularly want to apologize to Chris Matthews. 4 years ago, I gave him a thrill up his leg. This time around, I gave him a stroke.
And that's not true, is it?
No, that's funny though.
No. I mean, I'm
Of course,
glad Chris
there's a lot of
Matthews is
things
in
I
good
learned
health.
from that experience. For example, I learned that there are worse things that can happen to you on your anniversary than forgetting to buy a gift.
The first debate was on his anniversary.
Yeah, that was good.
Take note, gentlemen. Now, win or lose, this is my last political campaign. So I'm trying to drink it all in. Unfortunately, Mayor Bloomberg will only let me have 16 ounces of it.
Whoa, good one.
Yeah, get those liberals, Obama. Get them.
But that's okay. I'm still making the most of my time in the city. Earlier today, I went shopping at some stores in Midtown. I understand Governor Romney went shopping for some stores in Midtown.
Good one.
They're good, but, look
And
at the
it brought back
difference.
some great memories. Because some of you know I went to school here in New York. Had a wonderful experience here. Used to love
Seven
walking
people
through Central
applauding.
Park. Loved to go to Old Yankee Stadium, the house that Ruth built, although he really did not build that. I hope everybody's aware of that.
That's funny.
It was pretty funny.
It's been 4 years since I was last at the Al Smith dinner. And I have to admit some things have changed since then. I've heard some people say, Barack, you're not as young as you used to be. Where's that golden smile? Where's that pep in your step? And I say, settle down, Joe. I'm trying to run a cabinet meeting here.
Oh, that's a shot at Joe. Wow.
He does smile when he says it, though. Tomorrow, it's back to campaigning. I visit cities and towns across our great country, and I hear the same thing everywhere I go. Honestly, we were hoping to see Michelle. And I have to admit, it can be a grind. Sometimes it feels like this race has dragged on forever. But Paul Ryan assured me that we've only been running for 2 hours and 50-something minutes. Of course, the economy is on everybody's minds. The unemployment rate is at its lowest level since I took office. I don't have a joke here. I just thought it would be useful to remind everybody that the unemployment rate is at the lowest it's been since I took office.
It has.
But it's manipulated.
And we're getting to that time when folks are making up their minds.
And that's not a joke.
Just the other day, Honey Boo Boo endorsed me. So that's a big relief. Ultimately, though, tonight's not about the disagreements Governor Romney and I may have. It's what we have in common, beginning with our unusual names. Actually, Mitt is his middle name. I wish I could use my middle name.
Which is Hussein.
And even though we're enjoying ourselves tonight, we're both thinking ahead of our final debate on Monday. I'm hoping that Governor Romney and I will have a chance to answer the question that is on the minds of millions of Americans watching at home. Is this happening again? Why aren't they putting on The Voice? Now, Monday's debate is a little bit different because the topic is foreign policy. Spoiler alert. We got bin Laden.
Oh.
Come on.
Yeah. But nobody's seen any pictures of him.
What?
All the other people who see pictures dead.
Of course, world
I don't
affairs are a challenge for every candidate. After, some of you guys remember, after my foreign trip in 2008. I was attacked as a celebrity because I was so popular with our allies overseas. And I have to say I'm impressed with how well Governor Romney has avoided that problem.